What's up, YouTube, and welcome to a brand new challenge series for the Long Dark titled Use It to Lose It. The rules are simple. If I choose to loot a container, any items found have to go in my inventory. I do not have to loot buildings, but if I pick anything up off the ground, it too goes in my inventory. Essentially, if I touch it, I own it. The only way to remove an item from my pack or manage weight is to consume it or break it down. I can't store items, and I can't drop items unless they're no longer consumable. I'm super excited to bring this challenge to you all. I really hope you enjoy it. So with the intro out of the way, let's get started. Alright, I hear the ocean. Where did we start off at? Little Island, okay? I'm not familiar with this spot. Welcome to a new series, everybody. I hope you will enjoy. It's a challenge I developed, kind of came up with. Been thinking about it for a little while here. There's the Riken. We're going to kick it off in Lighthouse Point. That's an area near me. We're going to kick it off here in Desolation Point and see how we can do. You know a little bit about the challenge already. I kind of mentioned it in the intro, but essentially anything I touch, I harvest, pick up, it sits in my inventory. There's no way to get it out of my inventory. There's no storage. The idea is to play the game as close with as much inventory management as I can, fighting off encumbrance and things like that. I am able to place items and utilize them. Like, for instance, a snare. If I put a snare down, I don't have to pick it up. I don't have to collect a rabbit if I get it. I can put it out in the world and leave it there, you know, as long as it's in like a rabbit area. I can't just drop it outside my house. I have to physically place it as if I'm hunting. The only time I can drop an item is if it is no longer consumable or usable to any degree. So a prime example of that would be a flare. Once I've used the flare and depleted it, once it's burnt out, it's done. I can't do anything further with it. I can't break it down into anything else. So therefore, we would be able to discard that at that time. But otherwise, everything else, if it has a use, I will need to keep it. So another prime example would be cans. If I eat a can of dog food or Pinnacle Peaches, once I've eaten it and consumed the food, I'm stuck with the can. It's in my inventory. There's no use for a can besides cooking. So, I mean, I can place a can on a stove, for instance, and leave it there. That's fine. But there's only so many stoves in the immediate area. There's only so many stoves in the game that I can leave cans at. Eventually, I'm going to have to be stuck with them. There is a workaround I've kind of figured out for that. There is an item you can craft using the cans. It's a noise maker. We will have to venture out to Black Rock to do that, so I thought that would be interesting as well. But that's more or less the gist of it. I mean, essentially, if I loot a container, I'm keeping everything that's in it. If I pick something up, I'm keeping that too. And we're going to see how we can manage all the inventory, keep track of where certain stuff is. You know, if I don't search certain containers in a location, or if I don't pick something up, we're going to want to keep track of that so we can go back to a location later to get what we need. It's going to cause me to kind of do a lot of back and forth, I think, and, you know, just a lot of planning in order to keep our inventory managed. I hope I have a flare. I don't. If there's a wolf over here, I'm probably screwed. I don't know the trick to climb up these rocks. So, I don't know. I'll try to see if I can get up this way or something. But I know there's a trick, but I don't know what it is. I hear wolves. They don't sound that close, though. Maybe we'll make it. I don't know. Can I go up this way? All right. Can I keep going? Can I keep going? Nope. I'm gonna break my leg. But I'm very, very excited to give this a shot. Like I said, I came up with the premise myself. I didn't want to take 2 rocks. I came up with the premise myself, something that I'm very excited about, very excited to bring to you all, and I hope that you all enjoy it as much as I enjoy playing it. I'm not, oh, there's a deer, that's good. I'm not that familiar with Desolation's Point. I've never physically been here myself. First container of the game. I've never physically been here myself. I have seen other YouTubers kind of go through this area. I know there's the lighthouse and the Riken. I don't know pretty much anything else. I don't know what that building is over there. I know it's a pretty big one. There's one that way. I don't remember what it's called. But we're going to base at the lighthouse. That's the plan. So let's get across this bridge, get inside, and start warming up because our condition's already dropping. As far as difficulty, we are playing on Stalker again. I know towards the end of the last series, before I died, I was getting a little fed up with the wolves. I think some of my problem was I didn't spend any time culling them, for instance. So I just kept dealing with them and scaring them off, but I didn't kill any of them. And I don't think that helped. In this series, I intend to, when I have more opportunity and some firepower, I intend to cull the wolves a bit, so they hopefully won't be as bad. But other than that, I think Stalker's a good difficulty to play. I don't think we're ready. The last run ended, I think, on day 21. We're not ready for Interloper. I think the loot abundance in Stalker's going to be good as well. For instance, I think there's enough loot to find in Stalker without becoming too encumbered, but also it's scarce enough to still make it challenging in other areas. And the other benefit is we can use feats, and I did enable the feat for sprinting, the one that allows us to consume less calories when sprinting. Revolver ammunition up here. There's a wilderness kitchen. Was that a dog food? Accelerant. Just being careful about what I see. Driving gloves, okay. That look funny. Sewing kit. There's a note. Some matches, I'll take those. What's the note say? I keep hearing my mobile ring. Get excited every time, but it's just as dead as always when I check. I don't know why I still carry it around. Sean's been my savior, especially after Sue and Tori's suicide. He told me about how he always wanted to do Death of a Salesman. His American accent's pretty good too. We fell asleep in each other's arms last night. Sean wouldn't wake up. Oh, that's sad. Take that. I don't think that holds any weight, so we can I stand up? Thank you. We can carry all the notes. Nothing. Lantern fuel, book, spray paint. I wanted to say spray can and spray paint, and I said spray can't, whatever. Reclaimed wood, okay. I'm not really picking anything up right now.
Someone's stash.
Oh, glad I didn't pick that one up. Accelerant, okay. It's a gamble in every container. You don't know what you're gonna get, what you need, what you don't need. It is dark in here, I'm sorry. I can't see. Anything up here? Painkillers. Okay, some work gloves. We'll put those on. Anything outside? Couple rifle cartridges. Alright. I will take the painkillers. We will use them pretty quickly, I think. I'm sure we're gonna hurt ourselves. And we'll head back downstairs. There's another rifle cartridge there. Try to remember there's 3 rifle cartridges here. We'll leave that spray paint, accelerant. I was hoping for a bit more clothes. There is a dresser drawer down here. Don't need the driving gloves right now. Okay. There's 2 dressers here. There's a toque. Do we have a toque? What do we have? What are we wearing? A pair of pants, some underwear. Check these conditions too. So a pair of jeans, some thermal underwear, a sweatshirt, ragged socks, and ragged shoes. So nice kind of roll on these 3 where they're all 100%. I will wear these for now. Something else I want to point out. I know I said I can't drop items. The only exception I'm going to make is the clothing I'm wearing. I will drop these because they're wet. There's currently in the game a glitch where your clothes don't dry if you're wearing them by the fire. So when they get wet like that, there's really no other alternative other than to drop them to dry them off. So that will be the only time I drop items. Just because I need to dry them, otherwise this run will die eventually. But after that, you know, I have to pick them up, put them back on, you know, before I leave or before I do whatever. You know, that's it. Before I'm leaving the building, they're going back on anyway. So I don't think that would really be a problem. Let's get one of these started. I'll go ahead and use that accelerant. Make sure that we get that started up, and we'll put those in. Just do them all for now, and we'll put this in as well. All right, let's get some water cooking because we have none. And let's search these. Oh, let me take these clothes off. Let's get them dry. Sorry, YouTube. Oh, I searched that already.
Where's the good stuff?
Nice. Some new socks. We'll put those on. Frostbite, hypothermia, okay. All right, let's search these other drawers. Oh, there's a cabinet here.
I wonder who owns this stuff.
And I see some boots. Okay. Well, these shoes suck anyways, so let's get these boots. Good find. We're going to go ahead and... Oh, I could put them on in here. We're going to go ahead and put those on. 15 minutes left on that. And these, we're going to go ahead and take them. And we're going to harvest. I just burned my water out. Wonderful. And my fire. Good job. Off to a great start. All right, let's see here. Water's gone. No bueno. I need, all right, let's go get the reclaimed wood that was upstairs. Let me put my clothes back on. I know there was some reclaimed wood up here. All right, cool. Anything under here? No. All right. We need to get I need to get another fire started because I do need some sticks. I need some torches, rather. Well, we gotta try it. All right, cool.
Looks like it worked.
It did. Good job. All right, we're gonna do this again. Round 2. Where's the sound on that? There's no We'll leave that running. But there's no, I don't even know how to describe it, but that like hissing sound when you put the torch out. All right, so we're gonna head out here. I just want to venture far enough to go get some sticks, some wood. I want to make sure that we keep, until we get a couple flares on us. I am nervous, especially early game on Stalker with the wolves. I want to make sure that we are covered in the event that we try to leave. We're not going to get nailed or murdered by the wildlife here. I will probably venture out for the first couple days with torches all the time, just to make sure that we're as safe as possible. Ideally, I would like to go up to the church over here, and there does appear to be a carcass down that way. There's a car over here though. Speaking of, get out of here. Try to make this quick. Anything? Nothing. All right. He's coming back. Let's get up this way. All right, making our way over here to the stone church. Let's loot this spot and see what we have. We have a bedroll on us, right? A couple revolver cartridges. Yes, we have a bedroll. There's a hunting knife here. What's up, Dennis? Got nothing else for us. Lantern fuel. Cedar firewood. Is that a book? Yep. Anything under there? Nope. Search the container. Nothing. I'll take the dog food. Food early is going to be important. I'm gonna have to take it. Make note that those are here. Take that too. Rifle cartridge can stay.
Gotta be something useful in here.
And a sewing kit. So that's where the game, I think, is going to get tricky, right? You loot a container, you get a sewing kit. You can only use a sewing kit so fast. I get 4 or 5 of them, and that's just weighing us down unnecessarily. I'm not watching this torch. Wonder how safe we are in here. I got no tinder. Can I use a book for tinder? Nope. Well, I got sticks. I'll make those in a tinder. Oh, that was weird. Let's get this fire started. I hope I use a torch to start that fire.
That did it.
All right. So we'll go ahead and harvest that. And while I'm waiting, let's put oh, I left the can. All right, then let's eat the dog food because we need to eat the dog food, and then we can use that as a can to make some water. 44%. I'm hoping this don't make us sick, because that could kill our run very early. All right, looks like we got lucky. All right, pick that back up, and let's harvest these. Oh, I just saw you. Oh, yep, there you go. Oh, it's an Aurora too. Beautiful, but I really don't want to go out against Aurora wolves today. All right, what else do I have in our inventory that we can take care of? Does that say until boiled? Yeah. That'll help. Anything else I can craft while we're waiting? Nice, we can make another reishi. It's hard to see, it's hard to read that. I hear him outside. I'm really hoping he can't come in here. And I'd love for this Aurora to stop so we could get out of here. Everything, I'm wearing everything right. I don't have any cloth. Okay. And I need leather, which I should have from those shoes. 5 minutes till ready. Let's add some more fuel here. I do not want them coming in. Let's go ahead and make another tinder plug. Make sure we got a couple of those on hand. Is there any cloth here I could tear down? Yeah, they're out there. They're out there for sure. There's no cloth in here other than that bedroll, which I really don't want to pick up. 30 minutes, and this has 49 left. We're gonna add that in there. Waiting out. We're trying to wait out this Aurora. Hopefully we can repair these gloves. Come on. Okay, well, that sucked. But at least our leather's out of the inventory now. Pick up that can. Please go away. Aurora. Take that book now. How much time we got? An hour and 46 minutes. Let's sleep for an hour and see how we do. Come on, Aurora, get out of here. Love that I can't like break down these pews or anything. Alright guys, this one's running a bit long. I'm gonna give some thought as to what we want to do. I don't think we can ride it out here. We're gonna have to venture out into wolf territory. Hopefully we don't encounter anything, but that will remain to be seen. If you enjoyed the episode, please drop a like. It helps me out very, very much. If you're interested in more long dark content, please consider subscribing. I also appreciate that very, very much. And I will hopefully see you in the next one. Have a good one. Bye, everybody.